Hello. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about some royal news that we have, especially regarding Prince William and his solo endeavors without Princess Catherine. So I am Deanna. I'm from Hot for History here, and we just want to welcome you to this face to this YouTube live. Sorry, and I know that I have this thumbnail is Prince William still cute? And we want to talk about that, but please do subscribe and like my videos. I typically do history videos where we discuss, I don't know, quirky pieces of history. But tonight we're going to talk about the royal family. On the schedule, we will be discussing, we will be discussing a little bit about William and his gorgeous looks. Is he still cute? Is he not cute? Do we like him? Do we not like him? But that is not the main thing. We're going to talk about some news about him going solo to some events. We're going to talk about the royal coffers. In other words, all the money coming in. And we will be discussing a news article about Prince Andrew and I'm going to call him Baby Shark, his friend in New York that I don't really want to mention too much. So anyhow, here is my question to start off with. Please let me know where you're from. We're just going to get rid of some of the ridiculous, just fun stuff. Back in the day, Prince George, now 10, like what the heck? I know. He's getting he's getting big. He's getting big. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. Do you all remember that there were posters of Prince William that young girls would have like in their rooms? Like he was like a teenage heartthrob, so good looking. And so my big question is, are you a Harry or are you a William person? And what do you think? Okay. My husband is bald. You don't need hair to be attractive. I think he's still handsome. I do too. And I agree with you. I don't like when they try to cover up their baldness. So good on you regarding your husband. Are Harry and Meghan divorcing? Nobody knows for sure. There's a lot of rumors out there about Harry and Meghan, whether or not they're going to stay together, whether they're divorcing. Definitely the recent rumors have gone to a fever pitch, but I don't think it's been confirmed. So, okay, let me see what we have to say here. I used to think Harry over Will, but immaturity doesn't fly with me. Will is a sexy beast compared to Harry, just saying. Yeah, I think with his composure and everything, it's made him more attractive. They are a beautiful family. Oh, wait, hold on. Is Prince William is cute. Prince Harry would be my first choice. Okay, Casey, we're gonna show some pictures of Harry too. So what happened? Okay, they're a beautiful family. Yes, I'm wondering what book will be now written. Please let me back in the royal family. Yeah, I mean they've definitely been entertaining for us, haven't they? So anyhow, do you remember in Spare when Harry was all about, oh, William's balding, and it just shocked me so much. Okay. Oh yeah, I gave Casey double time. Prince William is cute, but Prince Harry would be my first choice. So Harry, I mean, some people say karma's a you know what. It's interesting that Harry was so all about William's baldness and was basically going, ah, ha, ha, ha. But remember when he started writing Spare, it was a few years ago, and all of this stress in his life now, Harry has like the Friar Tuck baldness too. So I don't know. I mean, again, I don't see anything wrong with the baldness, except for Harry was really dissing his brother about it, and then all of a sudden he got bald, right? So, yeah, I think, I don't think it bothers me that much, but I'm just saying it's interesting. The family hairline is very pronounced, and this particular picture, where you can see the whole like Friar Tuck thing. This was, I think, during the coronation, especially. It's like the cameras. It was almost embarrassing. The cameras were looking for his bald spot, and I don't know if they were trying to joke us, like, "Hey, we know what he said in the book, but look at his baldness." Okay. Hey, Brian. So he's saying definitely not ginger. Okay, so is Harry or Will? I always liked William. I always liked him better, but Harry was always the bad boy, which was, something that a lot of people liked. And I think when he was just kind of that bad boy, we were like, oh, that's so Harry, how fun, how cute, right? But I think the distinguished aspect of Prince William has sort of won out. So let me look and see what you guys are saying. And then I am going to read this article regarding William. Okay, William is very cute, handsome guy. I agree. I wonder what Diana would think of her two boys fighting. Oh, I think about this so much. That is the biggest tragedy to me, is that they both lost their mother. Like, she would probably not want nothing more for them just to be close, right? It makes me sad. Okay, so I read, Janet, this is funny, that the Queen would not let any male family members get hair transplants. That would make sense to me, that she wouldn't allow that. Oh, hold on. My phone is ringing. I was wondering it was buzzing. And it says, I really want them to make peace. I think we all do. I think it doesn't matter what side you're from. I think all of us, like, we want that. I want that. I definitely want them to be, kind of brothers in the way that they were, right? Okay, Ashley, I hear you. I'm checking down your vote. I used to think Harry, but William's looking better and better every day. Oh, I'm going to read this article because it's going to crack you up in a sense. Okay, William, 100%. William is a man's man. Harry is just a... I know what you're saying there, Brian. I can read the asterisks. Okay, what about King William Alexander and his queen Maxine from Argentina? So much history for those and Dutch Orient background and heritage. I'll get to it. Somebody was asking me about going into the Bavarian royalty, and it just got complicated. That's kind of my history. So complex. King Ludwig and stuff, but I definitely haven't gone down sort of like the path of, like, let's say the Netherlands, or, I just haven't done that yet. Like Luxembourg, like there's some interesting royals all over the place. So thanks for the note, because I think it's time. Definitely time. Okay, I think Harry's personality used to make him more attractive. Yeah, to me. I love a good sense of humor. Sad to see this struggles with that. He struggles with that now. Yeah, because every time you see him walking, he's like, and also, I think, Ashley, because we've been more exposed to him now, we're seeing more of his insecurities, and I'm sorry, his lack of intelligence and making good moves. Maybe it's cute when you're 22 years old, but when you're almost 40, no. Diana wanted her boys to be friends. Maybe you should get a life and stop obsessing over people you don't know. Okay. I have a really great life, including doing what I'm doing. I really feel for Diana. I just really feel like I need to hear the side of William's story too. Should he have a say now that Harry's got yeah, it is frustrating, I think, that we don't get to hear that, because it's their philosophy to kind of keep quiet about things. So it's frustrating that we don't have that, but it is what it is, right? It's like, total silence from their end. I'm going to read this article because I've had it on the screen for so long. I just love Harry. I love Harry, just like everyone said. He's got a fun, attractive personality. William doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I think William's personality, I think he's probably just more serious because he's, becoming the king. I always loved Harry's personality. Harry was the favorite royal always until the past couple of years. I mean, and some of you, haven't changed your opinion. But I think part of the reason why we're all like watching and obsessing over them, I'm not obsessing, I have an entire life, but why we discuss this every now and then is because we do sort of want that Harry back. We want the redemption story, Yeah. Okay. So let me put this on and then I'm going to read this article. He's handsome because until now he is sporty and has a fantastic smile. Even though he lost his hair, he will be a handsome king. I agree. Okay. So I am going to read this article to you guys because this was interesting in the Daily Mail. Let me just remove Lorena's comment for a second. Okay. So they're all talking about William kind of going solo. And for the record, It is interesting that when Harry goes solo, it's like they must be getting a divorce. But when William's going solo, it's like, oh, he just wants to be more of a king. So I'm going to read this to you guys. When Prince William visits New York in the autumn for the Earthshot Awards, he will be going there without Kate. Kate's going to stay at home, okay? But the prince is judged by royal watchers to be growing into his more senior role following his father's ascension to the throne. So I think they're trying to get him out solo a little bit more. And he seems increasingly happy to take the strain himself and conduct royal engagements solo. I think he went to one with Sophie, which was kind of cool. It says, although William enjoys the teamwork that comes with public engagements alongside his wife, he will be glad to give her break. The more so as she has her work cut out with the young family. Solo, I like to say Han Solo. I don't know why when they keep saying this, but Han Solo appearances, particularly when they relate to his personal projects, in this case Earthshot, are also a chance for the new Prince of Wales to establish himself as his role as future king looms larger with every passing day. So far, the Prince of Wales is scheduled to attend the second Earthshot Prize Innovation Summit on his own, taking place September 19th. It's where this year's 15 trailblazing finalists will be unveiled. William is also due to undertake a number of engagements. The Princess of Wales is expected to join her husband. So she will come to the Earthshot Awards, just to the finals in Singapore. So just last month, William conducted solo mini tours. And this is the part that makes me laugh. Okay, let me see, you guys. Okay, so they're calling him Willie Yum. Willie Yum. So over the course of 48 hours, William undertook a whirlwind of events, 6 cities to promote all of this stuff. William seems happier in his own skin. He's really grown into the new role. This is what everybody's saying as Prince of Wales. He'll like the fact that he can now focus on his own projects. And then one aspect of his increasingly relaxed approach is the humorous side of William is willing to show, particularly while meeting members in public. And it says that they're all talking about how cute he is. Like there's all these quotes of these women going, oh, one wrote, the future monarchy looks hot. I mean, bright. A second one was like, Prince William, aka his royal hotness, looking fit AF during his charity polo match today. And then another one is like, he's so hot. Wow, look at those arms, legs, and abdomen. And we wonder why Catherine always has a huge smile. Must be the king energy. This is why, I mean, okay, let's all talk about, this is what the people in England are saying about their future king. Brian, you need to let me know if that's the buzz that's out there. Okay, don't even worry about that rude person's comment. I won't. You have over 250,000 followers. That is true. We've had 150 million views in a year, like on the short. So I'm, we have a much more intimate crowd here, but that's what we have on the shorts. And I like our small group here. I like it a lot. So anyhow, William has to be serious in public. He's the next monarchy, not the village idiot. Brian, stop, holding back your opinion of Harry. Like you need to just let it out and let us know what you think. I never liked Harry since he was a little boy. Oh, really? Like I always liked him. But not so much now. I hope that Kate and William are together. Like, come on. I don't believe he has a side chick. No, I think that's been debunked. Although there's a couple of my friends here on the page, she's not here tonight, who are like, oh, Rose and him absolutely did have an affair, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to read another. Okay, so that's what they're saying with him. Now, Brian or anybody in the UK that can speak to this, there's apparently all this money flowing in. Like they just made, the crown made I don't know, I'm going to say 500 million extra dollars this year. And then they had to balance it out by not giving them what, I guess I'll read it. I'll read it to you. I won't read the whole thing, but British royal family's public cash formula changed amid surging wind farm profits. So apparently Charles's business is thriving, his wind farms. The British government said on Thursday it would cut the proportion of funds because he's making so much money on these endeavors that they had to cut the funds coming out of the government going to the royal family from the Crown estate next year after King Charles said he wanted bumper wind farm profits to go to the wider public good. So he is giving back, but also he gets a cutback, which I think then makes him even or something. Or some people are saying he's still going to be ahead by like $20 million. Each year, the royals receive a sovereign grant to cover the cost of running their household and for official travel expenses, which is based on surplus revenue of the Crown estate, a property portfolio belonging to the monarchy, but which is independently run with its profits going to the treasury. The sovereign grant, okay, now try to pay attention because this is going to be like a math test, but it's important to kind of grasp. Last year was worth about 86 million pounds or $111 million. It's typically based on 15% of the Crown estate profits, but has been temporarily increased to 25% to pay for extensive refurbishment of Buckingham Palace. But then it's funny because recently they were talking about how the royal family is losing money because, you know, they had to spend so much on the funeral and the coronation. And now they're like way up. So however, new deals of offshore wind farms struck in January are expected to see Crown estate profits surge. Listen, 900 million pounds a year. What? So like $1 billion a year. And Charles had indicated he wanted his extra money to go to the wider good. But what happens is he gives and then they throw the money back to him anyhow. So on Thursday, the Treasury and the sovereign grant next year could be cut to 12% of Crown profits, meaning it will remain at the $111 million or 86 million pounds, but will be 23 million pounds less than the rate it had been changed. So anyhow, in a nutshell, they're raking in the cash. Like they got money coming, but he's giving back to the wider good with his endeavor, but then they get back. So yeah, let me hear what you guys have to say. We're probably not going to be talking about this. We're still going to talk about whether Harry or Will are cuter, because I know how this goes. Okay, so people until now is crazy about William. They love him. At the Windsor concert for the coronation, I saw the support, and in every appointment, there are a lot of British that want to talk with him. I'm just jealous of you for being there. Good on you. Good on you. Okay, where are the royals living now? Not in Buckingham Palace, although apparently there is an apartment that is reserved for Harry and Meghan if they want to come. But there's Clarence House with the King and Queen. We've got, is it Adelaide Cottage or the Royal Lodge, depending on where the Waleses are going to end up. And then we have Montecito. So, yeah. So let's see. What does Brian have to say? What's this news that MM is trying to get to take a vacant Congress position? Dude, don't do this to me. It can't be true. Heard it breaking tonight and some Democrat has blocked it. It can't. I mean, we would need to talk about not the legality, but like, you know, her being, I mean, she's not working for the royals, but she kind of is a royal. I can see her doing that after she gets a divorce, but no, what in the world? But you know what? You tend to bring me some good updated stuff that I don't even, you know, think about. Okay, so this article, what is this article about? This article is about the fact that they're like, we got to make sure that George, Charlotte, and Louis are like this because we don't want there to ever be another spare-ish type of situation. I don't know. Could we have predicted this though? Like we thought up until right, I guess before Meghan came, or even when Meghan came, but definitely before Meghan came, it was like the Three Musketeers with Harry, Will, and Kate. They were so tight. I don't know if we would have predicted this. I don't think so. So I don't know. So they're trying to keep George, Charlotte, as well as Louis tight. And that's part of the reason why Kate and Will are so into raising their family, being with their family, and just kind of doing the right thing by being good parents. So that is what's happening there. Okay, so no, not at all. I mean, not surprised. Look, 1992. Okay, wait. Let's read some of the questions. Buckingham. Oh gosh, I hate when I have to put my glasses on. That's what's happening to me lately. I don't know, guys. Okay, so no, that's not what I want. I want this. Okay, so Buckingham Palace is undergoing major refurbishment. Yes, it's mostly empty and will be for some time. Right. So after the Queen left, nobody wanted to live in it for now. I don't know if it will ever be a residence again. Maybe it will. I don't know what they're saying, but you know that Charles practically has lived like all of his life on and off, and Clarence House is one of his spaces. He has. So let me see. Does this work if I just go solo here? Yeah. Okay. So if she gets elected to Congress, which I don't see happening, I'd move somewhere other than here. Listen, I'm not getting into politics. I could go on, but I learned a few years ago that you could say the most minor thing and get, I'm going to talk about history, but girl, I'm with you on this one. I'm with you on this one. So I don't know. I think it's just, you know what it is, Brian. I'm going to mention this to Brian since he brought it up. I feel like it has to be something. Who said clickbait on here, which is true. It's true. Okay, Charles. What banal clickbait bullocks is this? You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? I'll tell you about the clickbait. Okay, the clickbait is what Brian is talking about. I feel like they're setting up clickbait regarding Meghan in order to, and by the way, it wasn't clickbait. I wanted to know who's cuter. That's not clickbait. I talked about it. We talked about it. We had like a vote here. We talked about their hair. But clickbait in regards to Meghan going to be in Congress. Part of it could be true, but let's review just like the past week. Is she going to be the star in The Bodyguard? Oh no. Are they getting a divorce? Like every single day, there's another thing. Oop, he's going to write another book of Spare. Did he talk to William? Maybe he's talking to William. There's just every single day is another thing, because when something happens, like it's George's birthday, then there has to be some kind of Meghan news. And so her press their press, I believe, just is going crazy. That's what I think. So anyhow, yeah. Okay. If you are asking, in looks, they are cute in their own right, with saying that Prince William is beautiful in ways that outshines Harry. Yes. And do you guys agree that the reason why we do talk about this stuff a lot is because there's a part of us that wants this reconciliation. I'm curious to hear from people who despise Harry, because I don't like him at this point, but I wouldn't say I despise him. But like Brian, like, what do you think that's going to be any reconciliation? Okay, first question for you. Would you feel like, what would that do for you if they actually reconciled? And do you think the people in England are going to go crazy, like, if that happened? So I'm curious. And Riley's talking about family history, which is amazing. We have to kind of get into that again. So anyhow, I just wanted to go on tonight to really talk mainly about William being more like them, positioning him to be more kind of on his own. Of course, Kate is going to be around, but if you think from a PR standpoint, for years they were together. And then there will need to come a time where there's certain aspects of, because he will be the monarch at some point, where he needs an area to kind of shine in this solo area. And I think that's why they're doing it. I think that's why they're doing it. Okay. So Brian, what I was hearing earlier was she's trying to get on some committee that can meddle with your amendments and access to FBI. and CIA fellas that are out. Yeah. Well, that's where she is. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. That's something we've been fighting about for the longest time, and it would be very ironic considering that they want all of their free speech, but you know, nobody else should have it. And that was part of her thing when she was talking about people like during the Netflix series about Samantha Markle and all of these other people that were trying to come at her. She called them middle-aged mothers, like mom influencers. And some of these mothers are suing her because she was making these implications that weren't really true. So they're not allowed to say things, but Meghan and Harry can go ahead and just air everything about the royal family, even when things aren't true, and then they can backpedal on the racist statements, but she doesn't want everybody else to have their own free speech. That is if that's true. So we'll just see. I mean, because that could be a rumor too. I think that Princess Diana's humanized the royals, and Harry carried on that likability. We are just so sad that his bright light has dimmed as much in the past years. I think that's a great way of putting it. And I think that's where we're at. We're like, what the heck? It's like watching somebody do so well, like, and then all this, and then the potential with the marriage and the gorgeous couple that they are being able to do something good instead of destructive. That's my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna go. You just heard it an hour ago. Okay, Brian, I will research that. I turned off the air conditioning because I'm in an old house where you have window air conditioning. Although I shouldn't be saying anything because in the UK, oftentimes there's like no air. So I'm glowing a little bit. And so I'm going to call it a night, but it was on the Royal Grift. She's usually spot on. Oh gosh, I love reading this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna every time I try to check out, I do this every single time. Harry suffered his parents' relationship and then Diana's death. Yes. He thought his new family would be the best for him. Yes. I hope for him the best, but with the book, interviews, and documentary, he was wrong. Yeah. I feel like people are pretty forgiving. Like I feel like when he would come back, like they would be forgiving, but they won't. It would take a lot of work on his part, a lot of work. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm still dealing with Camilla in my mind. Like I'm still dealing with Prince Charles, and his affair with Camilla. I'm having a hard time with that still. Getting there, but so you can forgive and try to get there, but you never like this is big stuff. Is it true that Princess Catherine is the 8th and 9th cousin of George Washington? I don't know. I haven't checked that out. It's possible. It's 8th or 9th cousin going back. Now, Washington, I don't think he left any heirs, but yeah, they could have like his parents and sibling. Yeah, there could be something like that. I thought Charles was cutting down when it comes to the monarchy. How can you cut down? That is it possible based on tradition and what the people in the UK think? I think it's really complicated. He does want to cut things back. Like you can see him doing that. And yet there is a love for the monarchy and people want to see the pomp and circumstance and so he's got to keep it alive while at the same time, rolling it back and modernizing it. It's got to be a tough job. Okay. Handsome and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 1,000%. 1,000%. I mean, we could get into a whole thing on the standard of beauty and like, what is that really? But that'll be for another one. I mean, we are all sorry, Camilla, not my queen. Yeah. The Washington is related to the Spencer family. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay. And Diana, by the way, her grandmother was American. Was it Francis Kidd? Was one of them was American. And yeah, so she's part American. as is Winston Churchill, because Jenny Churchill was one of the dollar brides. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you so much, everybody, because we went 2 nights in a row for this live. I don't know if we really came up with who we thought with this group was more handsome, because we have Harry lovers and we have William. They're both attractive, even without their hair. But I do think a little bit of karma from Harry, because he was really on his brother. You're bald, dude. You're bald, dude. You're bald, dude. Like, that was the book. The Spare was like, let me talk about your hairline. And then before you know it, he walks into Westminster, and the camera, which by the way is run by the royal family in there, it's on the Friar Tuck baldness. Yeah. So no shame in the baldness. I'm just saying I don't like to usually talk much about karma, but if there ever was one, that would be it. Good night, everybody. Please do subscribe. We will see you again. And Brian, I will be checking that stuff out. Okay. Talk to you guys later.